Hello everyone. Let us see about the secure electronic transaction, which is a web or e-commerce security over there. It is a communication protocol standard for securing the credit card transaction over the networks or the internet. It is not a payment system, but it is a set of security protocols which are used for the credit card payment infrastructure. Now, let us see about the brief introduction of that. It is open encryption and security specification used to protect the internet credit card transactions and was developed in 1996 by MasterCard and the Visa. It is a system for ensuring security of the financial transactions only. So financial transaction can be made secure over there. It was supported initially by MasterCard, Visa, Microsoft, Netscape and the others. So it is given the user is given electronic wallet and a transaction is conducted and verified using combination of the digital certificates and the digital signature. Now, it is consisting of the security protocol, secure communication among the parties, and uses X.509 version 3 certificates. Privacy by it is providing privacy by restricting the information only to those who need it. Now, with respect to the requirements and the key features of the set, that is, it provides the confidentiality by the encryption using the DES. Now, ensures the integrity of the data, that is, some authentication is being provided by RSA SH1 and SMAC, HMAC SH1. Now, there are various algorithms which are being used for encryption and the authentications. Advanced algorithms are being used. Now, credit card authentication, which will be carried out by X.509 version 3 of the digital certificate. Similarly, merchant authentication can be carried out by these certificates, and best cryptographic algorithms and the protocols can be used over there. Now let us see about the set components which are there. Now it consists of the card holder, which will be who will be responsible for interacting with the merchants from the by using the personal computer or over the internet. Then there will be a merchant, a person or organization. It can be a person or organization that provides the goods or services to sell over the internet to the card holder. Now issuer will be a kind of financial institution like bank over there, and it provides the card holder with the payment card. There will be acquirer, which is a financial institution that establish account with the merchant. Account with the merchant through the payment gateway would be established, and process payment card authorization and the payments. So payment card authorization, that is, so it is connected to the payment network over there. Now there will be a payment gateway which will be a function operated by the acquirer. Acquirer will operate that and process the merchant payment messages over the internet. So payment messages of the merchant will be processed over there by the payment gateway. Now there will be a certification authority which is used to issue the X.509 version 3 of the public key certificates to the card holders, merchants, then the payment gateway. So it is going to distribute this particular X.509 version 3 of the certificate. So you can see now there are so many transactions which are being enlisted over there in the set operations. So set transactions, like customer opens account, receives a certificate. So let us see the scenario of the way in which the set transaction will be carried out. So in the first, the customer browses and decides to purchase over there, and then the customer sends the order and the payment information to the merchant. In the second set, sends the order and the payment information to the. Now the merchant will be responsible for forwarding this information, request the payment authorization. So payment authorization from the payment gateway, from the payment gateway. So request payment authorization from the payment gateway to the shipment. Now the merchant will be the bank checks the with the issuer for the payment authorization over there with respect to the customer's bank, and then issuer will be authorizing that particular payment to the merchant's bank. Now the bank authorizes the payment and send the message to the merchant. In turn, the merchant will complete the order. So you can see the seventh message is the merchant completes the order. Now after that, the merchant captures the transactions, request payment from the payment gateway, and merchant captures the transactions, and then the issuer sends the credit card bill to the customer. So this is the overall scenario in which the customer starts with the sending the information or purchase information to the merchant. Merchant will check for the payment authorization. Payment authorization will be done from the merchant customer's bank, and if there is enough balance over there with respect to the customer's account, then only the authorization of the payment will be done, and the merchant will be completing the order, and the customer will the customer will get the particular goods or the services which are provided by the merchant. With respect to the secure electronic transaction, the security which is being provided by the SET, that is, the confidentiality is there. All messages are in the encrypted form. Then all parties will be having the digital certificates. Then the privacy is being provided by information will be made only when it is required and wherever it is being necessary. Now this is with respect to the implementation of the SET. Whenever the confidentiality is there, the encryption will be there. Then whenever the integrity will be required, the message integrity, the message digest will be generated. If you want to achieve the non-repetition, then this digital signature will be required over there, and the access control mechanism can be implemented by the certificate attributes. So authentications will be also being considered for the customer authentication, merchant authentication, etc., payment authentication. All this will be authorized in case of the SET transaction. So the key technology of the SET is that encryption is there. Then integrity of data, which is RSA digital signature with SHA-1 is, and X.509 version 3 digital certificates are being used. Now it is using the concept which is called as the dual signature. Now why dual signature is required? For example, the merchant does not require the credit card number. Similarly, the bank does not require the details of the customer order. The customer order will be only required with the merchant. The credit card number will be required by the bank over there. So whoever will require that particular information, that is need to know basis, on that particularly the dual signature is being generated. So link two messages with two different receivers. Order information, that is with respect to the customer to the merchant, it is being sent. Then payment information, which is being sent from the customer to the bank. In turn, the merchant passes the payment information to the bank. So this is the way in which the payment is intended for order and not some another one over there. So why do dual signatures? How this dual signature is being generated? That neither party needs details of the other, and these are being linked together over there, and the dual signature is generated. So how the dual signature is generated? DS, which is encrypted using the private key of the customer, and it is concatenated the hashes of the order information and the payment info, H of PI and H of OI, order information, and again the hash is calculated over the these particular hashes which are being appended. So in this, the operation of the dual signature is being shown to you. There is a payment related information, order related information. The hash is calculated over this both of the informations, and PIMD, that is the payment information message digest, and order information message digest, both are being appended, and again over this the hash are being calculated. The result is hash, which is called as POMD, which is called as payment order message digest. Both is being combined, and then it is being encrypted using the private key, which creates the final encryption, which is called as the digital signature. So this is private key of the customer. So you can see POMD, payment order message digest. Encryption is done using RSA. Then this is function of the concatenation and so on. So this is the way in which the dual signature will be generated. Now the dual signature will be verified by the merchant. The merchant has a public key of the customer. So it was encrypted using the private key of the customer. So it will be decrypted using the public key of the customer, matching public key, and the merchant can compute two values over there. So a hash of PIMD and H of OI, it is already being there, and decrypted message, that is dual signature, is decrypted. If both are equal, then the dual signature is being verified. In the same way, the dual signature verification will be carried out by bank. So hash of PI and OIMD is being there, and again it will decrypt the dual signature using the customer's public key over there. If they both matches, again the dual signature will be verified by the bank. So both are going to verify the dual signatures over there. Now what do we accomplish with this? That is, merchant has received order information and verified the signature, bank has received payment information and verified the signature, and customer has linked OI and PI and can prove the linkages. Now what kind of messages are being used in the said supported transactions? So for first, credit card registration, merchant registrations, these are the registration processes over there. Then we have the payment related messages, payment related transaction, which are purchase request, payment authorization, and payment capture, certificate query, purchase query. So all these are the different kinds of message. Then capture reversal, credit reversal, all these particular messages are being used. Now credit card protocols which are using SSL and TLS. Now they are also using the secure encryption payment protocol, which is SEPP over there. For the MasterCard, IBM, and Netscape, and the secure electronic transaction, which is used by MasterCard, Visa, and all parties have the certificate. Now the payment process which is there for payment processing, with the payment which will start with the purchase request, which will be sent by the customer to the merchant, payment authorization, which will be carried out by the merchant to the payment gateway for the authorization of the payment, whether the balance is there or not with the particular customer's bank, and the payment capture will be done by the merchant to the payment gateway. So these are some of the messages which are being carried out. Now let us discuss about the purchase request, which is carried by the customer. Now the payment information along with the dual signature and the OIMD, that is order information message digest, these all are being encrypted. And using the session key, which is again encrypted using the public key. So there will be a symmetric key which will be called as a session key, though all of the information PI, dual signature, and OMD, which will be encrypted, and this is the encrypted message. Now the public key of the receiver, this will be encrypted using the the KS will be encrypted using the public key of the receiver, and then this will be called as a digital envelope over there. Now PIMD, OI, and dual signature, and the cardholder certificate, all these are being received by the merchant, whereas only this encrypted payment information will be passed on by merchant to the payment gateway for the payment authorization over there. So this is KUP, that is the public key of the bank over there, bank, and the encryption is done by the RSA for the symmetric. So this is the purchase related information which will be forwarded to the purchase related information which will be forwarded to the payment gateway by the merchant, which consists of the PIMD, then dual signature, and the PI or dual signature, and the OMD. So this is the purchase related information. Order related information, which consists of OI, dual signature, and the PIMD, which is there. So this is the order related information. So card holder certificate will be used. This contains the card holder's public signature key. Cardholder's public signature key will be there, and there will be a dual signature along with that. For the verification purpose, it is sent separately over there. So first, so this will be a purchase request which will be carried out, and then the verification of this purchase request, that is the request message which will be there, it will be passed on to the merchant gateway for the further processing. Then the PIMD, again the hash will be calculated over there, and order information, again the hash is calculated, which is converted into OIMD, and then this will be appended to the PIMD, and OIMD will be appended together, and hash is calculated as POMD. Now send dual signature will be compared with the POMD. So this is the way in which the purchase request will be carried out. So this is all about the purchase said transactions which are carried out. So let's